started. He'll bring it back from inside his spot. So TCU's offense will have the football first. And David, their quarterback hasn't always blown you away statistically, but he is a guy that the coaches trust.
Yeah, and he'll show you some flashes of why you should trust him, Reese. But here's the thing. This is not a guy that we're saying, go win me the football game. That's not where he's at right now in his career. Jesse, he's a guy that needs the others. That they got to help him out. They got to play on schedule.
And the quarterback goes down all the way back in his 4-yard. Horned Frogs have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Looking for a man. It's Collins. That's reeled in. It's Bradley. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. We make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Got it in the middle. It's Morris. He is denied. Cannot get to the first down marker, and it's 4th down coming. The Horned Frogs will line up to punt it away. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. So Alabama's offense will have its first possession of the game. Great place to start for this offense. From the shotgun, the inside give. Breaks into the open. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Alabama! What an explosive eruption into the end zone by this running back.
And this back does it a lot. He makes big plays. When you can make big plays like this, it makes everybody's job easier. Oh, we can play action. Oh, we can throw it. But it starts with the run game, and this guy's setting everything up.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Morris. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. To the air. It's Collins. Caught over the middle. It's Ross. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Wants to go up top. Finds his man. It's Morris. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. And the Horned Frogs come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. They'll try to run for it. That'll be enough for a first down as he crosses the 50 and gets it to the 48. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
Man, that's an impressive play. This dude is so dominant. And I'll tell you, we don't have enough time in this broadcast to list off all the great Alabama D linemen, especially in recent years. That play right there.
And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
Man, there are defensive players out there that can just take games over, and that's what's happening with this guy right now. He is not cooperating with the offensive game plan. A sack on 2 consecutive plays, and now on 3rd down, you know he's pinning his ears back.
Thought they had something set up there, but he'll be stopped just short, and it'll be 4th down. The Horned Frogs will call on their punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. First play of this drive will start from the 31-yard line. Here comes the heat. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Scanning the field, it's Cunningham. Fires to the wideout. Put it where only his man could get it and gave him enough room to get the foot down. We'll see if they have enough time to get another snap before the clock hits 0. We've reached a break, and Alabama has the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. They've switched into the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the second. First play of the period, first down here. To the air on first down. Unleashes it. Complete to the right. There he goes. Chopping up this defense, and they've got it all the way down to the 23.
And this full vertical play is something that every offense in the country has in their playbook, but they don't all run it as good as this offense does. Really nice job making the play call, but when you've got athletes like this and a quarterback that can fit the football into small windows, good things generally happen. That is tremendous execution on that pass play.
The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on second and short. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there.
Well, you know who's got to love this offense picking up so many first downs? It's their own defense. David, I know you loved playing on teams with great offenses.
Alabama comes to the line with a first and goal. They're going to run it. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Now to make sure this kickoff team covers it well, and I'd give back that last score. Fielded in the end zone. It's Morris. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. TCU will send it off by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Wants to throw. It's Collins. Pocket breaking down.
This is a tough part of the field. You want to try to create some space and give yourself an opportunity not to throw out of your own end zone. They didn't hold up in protection. They give up the sack, but thank goodness they didn't give up the safety.
There's the pressure. Pressure got to him, couldn't get rid of it, and they got him for a safety.
Well, the defense... blood in the water in that situation, and a great job pursuing, getting to the football, showing you all of that athleticism they have, and they come away with the safety.
Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Going right to work up top. Fires to the tight end. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Quarterback making checks. To the air on 2nd down. Unloads to the wideout. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Here they come on 4th and short from the 50. Off play action. He'll take the deep shot. And it's incomplete. The long pass on 4th down is to no avail. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but man, you look at the scoreboard. You're down 2 scores. Jesse, you got a good opportunity to create some momentum, cut it to a 1-score game. This is an important possession.
Yeah, it's important to create that momentum now, David, too, and not wait to get it going here at the start of the 3rd quarter. You've got one drive here to get a couple of points.
Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Slings it downfield. He's got an open man. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. And in the waning seconds of the 1st half, they'll try to put up 3 before going to the break. No good. Looking for a little juice and energy with a field goal. You don't get it, and guys, you're still down by 16. And the Horned Frogs will kick it away to crank up the 2nd half. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Making side adjustments here. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on 1st down. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Off the play fake. Quarterback moving. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. Brings it down on the right side. Touchdown time. And the route is on.
One of the things I love about this quarterback, David, is that he keeps his eyes downfield when he gets outside the pocket. He might have had an opportunity to take off running with that, but he knew he had an opportunity for an even bigger play. How about the run after the catch?
And that's great. You love that about the quarterbacks, but it's so frustrating when you got a guy that just breaks the contain of the pocket, breaks down your defense. Now you got to cover longer in the back end, and you could tell he comes free, he sees him, catches it, and walks right into the end zone.
He'll start the return inside his spot. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. TCU will send it. It's back onto the field. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Brought down at the 25 after he picked up 10. They'll snap it from the 25 here on 1st down. They're going to ride this running back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. The Horned Frogs now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Back to throw, it's Collins. That's caught, it's Morris. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. And the Horned Frogs will snap it on 1st and 10. Give to the running back. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line. 8-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short. And he dropped it, just didn't look the thing all the way in. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. Heel off one deep down the left side. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. The Horned Frogs will send out the punt unit. He'll take it on the return. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Here comes that Alabama offense. They'll snap it from the 37 for the first play of this drive. Off the play fake on 1st down. Got it in the middle, it's Brown. Stopped at the 47 after a 10-yard gain.
It's hard for an offense to win when you get in predictable situations. What a great job understanding where the 1st down marker is. I got to get a big gain, got to get that 1st down. Nice job.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver is going to be thinking...
Turning it on! Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a 1st down. Clock winds inside, a minute to play here in the 3rd. Now the play fake. He lets one fly deep. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Bama!
And so many times the safeties tell the tape, and that's what QBs are studying and reading, and he drops back, and you could tell he sees his receiver coming from the right side, and he knows exactly where he's going to end up at that post, pushes the ball down the field for the big play, got the safety out of position, made the big touchdown throw.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Morris. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got... Better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become?
And down he goes back at the 3. And the Horned Frogs with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Not much movement there. It's a gain of 1, gets him out to the 5. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Dropping back, it's Collins. Fires one high and deep. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. The Horned Frogs send out the punt unit. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. That punt was a bit rushed, and it showed with a short kick. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Final play of the quarter coming. On the direct snap, it's Rodgers. Grab near the sticks, it's Cunningham. And he slipped through the crowd, and Hill house it. Touchdown, Alabama!
And that is just outstanding execution on that pass play. Great route by the receiver, good timing on the throw by the QB. Receiver catches it in stride, turns on the jets, and is gone.
So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. This has been a complete obliteration so far, as the third quarter stats will show you. As we enter the fourth quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. He'll bring it out. It's Morris. And the returner will be dragged down. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. They went 3 and out the last time they had it, trailing late. They've got to get to work here. Out of the gun, the inside give. Just a pickup of a couple out to the 15-yard line. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. The play action fake. Here's a heat. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
Yeah, and this offense has struggled all day. And how about the protection up front? You got to protect your quarterback. You got to keep him upright. And his second sack of the day. Nice. A lot more passing situations coming with this team down big.
On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Catch in the middle, it's Bradley. Gets the job done on third down as he gets it out to the 25. And the Horned Frogs will have it 1st and 10. Looking to throw, it's Collins. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. The Horned Frogs trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. They'll go to work in the air on second down. And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man. Doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were dialed into what was going on. And now just throw another sack in the equation. Hitting the quarterback, being disruptive. They've been all over the field.
What a play by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be 4th down. And the Horned Frogs will punt it away on 4th down. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Just needs a crack to get a return. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. And now one of the most satisfying moments in football, just watching that clock drain away while you have control of the ball, Jesse.
And this is definitely one of the best play callers, right, for an offensive coordinator. Getting ready to go into victory formation. So many good things happened today. It seemed like everything he was dialing today, David, ended up working out.
No doubt. They put a lot of highlights together, put a great offensive game together, complete football game. They get the win. On to next week.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Motion from the wide receiver. Second down, they'll go to the air. Grab behind the line. It's Rodgers. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. Alabama with a ton of ground to cover on this third down. Fires to the middle. Picked it off, and this defense really needed something to go right.
Reese, I know you're a little bit of a front runner, so you probably would quit. You probably sub yourself out and take yourself out of the game. But I like that they're continuing to fight. Keep fighting. You never know what's going to happen. Actually, you know what? I know you're not going to win, but it doesn't matter. Keep fighting to the very end.
TCU has it back and the Horned Frogs go on offense. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing, David. Jimmy's and the Joes, they're just not as good as the opponent today.
And as an athlete, it sometimes hits you in the face and it stinks, but you're not good enough. And today they were not good enough. And I'm going to do the best I can to try to flush this down the toilet, not remember it, forget it, move.
And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield. The Horned Frogs line up to punt it away. A low line drive and not his best work. And nobody able to field that punt as it rolls out of bounds. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Barring complete catastrophe, David, this offense ought to be able to salt away this game.
Yeah, and unless you're playing in a different league, this one's over. Like, there is no three-point conversions and stuff like that you can get. So run the ball, make them use timeouts, Palmer, walk out here with a dub.
Yeah, this defense should just use their timeouts. Can't take them with you, right? And we'll just see. Who knows? Crazier things have happened in college football. Maybe they put the ball on the ground. They don't execute the center quarterback exchange.
Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking to throw, it's Cunningham. He's going to let one fly down the middle. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining. And after this play, the cake will be baked. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Going back to the well, another deep ball. They're able to make the stop, but this offense running plays and racking up yards all the way to the end as they get the W. This is what an elite team does. They know they're better. They go out. They take the figurative sledgehammer and hit them right between the eyes.
And they just look good in every phase of the game. If I'm on the coaching staff, I don't know what you could ask for your guys to do better. I think the challenge now for this team is going out next week and trying to play with the same type of intensity and the same level of execution.
Well, Jesse, it's easy to look good on the field when you look that good in your unit. Like when you look that good coming off the bus. Those dudes are good. This is a great team, and they proved it. Just domination from start to finish.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. So FIU's offense will get first crack at it today. But Jesse, it's always fun to see a guy who's been challenged, see if he can answer the bell and get things done.
Well, we talked to him this week, and he knows that people are out there questioning him. And I think that leaves a big chip on his shoulder, David. He wants to prove to the entire college football world he's got what it takes to win this football game. This is a big test for him.
And here's the thing. Proving it is one thing, Jesse, but it's not about you. And this is a team game. Obviously, the quarterback position is so dependent on others' success, but play within yourself, make those plays, don't make the big mistakes.
Caught in the backfield, it's Henry. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. FIU pushing tempo. They'll run play action. Catch in the middle. It's Lewis. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34. New set of downs after the completion.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
Just a short pass to the tight end. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. And the Panthers have this offense rolling.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them, they're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
So now it's 2nd and long.
On defense, man, it helps you a lot when you can be a linebacker or a corner or safety, anybody, and you see the QB throw the football. Now I can break on the football right away and limit gains like right here on this play.
Knocked down behind the line for the 2nd straight play, bringing up a 3rd and lots of work to do. He hurls one deep down the left side. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. FIU will line up the punt. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Wouldn't call it a shank, but I don't think he'll include it on his greatest hits. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. The Crimson Tide offense comes out, and now they'll go on the attack. The give to the tailback. Crosses the 45. At the 40, there he goes. He's loose down the left side. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
Huge play. It's so nice to have guys that can create these explosive plays like this. You hand it to him, he can do the rest. Look at the speed. Look at the elusiveness. Get into the end zone. Nice run.
He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Grabbed over the middle. It's Dinkins. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down. The Panthers can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Takes the handoff. It's Henry. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
Defense gives up the pretty big run. They get the first down, and listen, you got to reload quick now because this offense, they got their foot on the accelerator.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Henry.
During the week, you got to talk to your quarterback. What do you like? What's your favorite, safest routes, easiest reads? Love coming out with those early.
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Trying play action. And the pressure is going to get to him, and down he goes, and that's how the first quarter will end. We've reached a break, and Alabama has the lead. And we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the 2nd. FIU will line up to punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Here's the return. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Off the play fake on first down to throw. He uncorks one deep. Hits him inside the 20, still going. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown Tide!
When you have so many playmakers on offense like they do, they can score quickly. You just saw it right there.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Henry. And the returner is stopped. Guys, FIU ready to go back to work on offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 4...
Oh, he's got some space. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
This is one of the things that's hard about stopping the option. That wasn't a big gain, but you look up, and they're in second and short, second and medium. They put you behind the sticks consistently as a defense. This defense has to be aggressive, make sure they get to this quarterback, and make him make quick decisions.
And the Panthers are in the hurry-up. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. FIU will line up to punt. So from the shadow of his goalpost, he gets the punt away. He'll field the punt. There he goes! Open it up! He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Quickly to the tight end. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, only a place to be tackled immediately. Offense gets set for second down. Looking to throw, it's Cunningham. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
Now on fourth down, they'll try to come away with 3. This might be a little easier if it were straight on, but a 43-yarder from the right hash. And it slips just inside that right upright. And now the lead is extended a little further. They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. Coming out with it, it's Henry. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Here's the handoff. Stonewalled again. No gain on the play. They keep trying to stick with the running game, but there's not much getting done. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Off play action. Wiggles free. He'll try to do it himself. Breaks into the open. And he'll finally slide after the long run. I'm not sure if he wanted to avoid the hit or he just got tired. Looking to throw on first down. Under fire. Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41. They've already racked up big sack numbers. It's starting to snowball, and they are ready to go again. Looking deep. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Got room on the return.
Well, that's a huge moment here in the game at the end of the first half because the offense is trying to march down the field and trying to cut into the opponent's lead. But with that interception and with that return, the defense now, they've put their team in an opportunity to pad their lead with more points here at the end of the first half.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting them the football, letting them get some positive yards.
They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. And he had just enough to will that one home. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they're able to get a field goal, put 3 points up on the board after getting that interception. You would have liked to have seen the offense do a little bit more with that possession, give themselves an opportunity to score a touchdown. But listen, teams will take 3 points any way they can get it.
He'll take the return, try to get better field position. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. So the offense doesn't want to take a chance here. They'll just come out and take a knee and wrap up the half. Defense didn't maintain its discipline there, and they get into the neutral zone. It'll cost them 5 yards.
Encroachment defense.
So the early contact for the defense, and they'll move it up 5 yards. And with time running out here in the first half, not willing to invite disaster, the offense takes a knee, and they'll go to the break trailing. FIU has it on a tee, about ready to go here in the third quarter. From inside the 10, here he comes. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They'll open the second half with a run. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Rides to back and leaves it. Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. To the air, it's Cunningham. The short hands, it's Brown. That's where they'll mark him, a very productive play and a first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Got his man quickly. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. They'll move the tight end. He'll do it himself. Plows through the defense. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. Alabama comes to the line on 3rd and short. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. Off the play fake. Throws to the wideout. Makes the grab, got the conversion, and still going. That's where they'll mark him down, but what a play there to pick up a first down. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. Finds a crease at the 20. Touchdown, Bama! And the pummeling has started. You're not going to keep the lid on this guy forever. Sooner or later, he's going to get loose.
He is. He's a bad mother. Shut your mouth. I mean, this dude can make plays. That's why you keep feeding it to him, because at some point, he's going to break it loose and make a huge play.
He'll bring it out. It's Henry. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. On the option. He gets nothing, and they're staying stubborn with this running game, but at some point you're going to have to change your thought process. Back up now, here's 2nd and long. Shotgun. He's stopped for no gain again. Back-to-back runs, and they have nothing to show for it except facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. FIU will line up to punt. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Here comes that Alabama offense. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do.
Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama! They won it all, and that is exactly what they got.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into games because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. Quarterback on the keeper. And that ball's on the ground behind the line. Oh, the offense fortunate to fall on that one, and they'll live to fight another play. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. And this beatdown is close to completion as we've reached the end of 3. Let's take a look at how we got here. Now the play fake. Using the quick game. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there.
You got to like this defense, man. All game long, great job tackling the football. Like, you throw it on the perimeter, they're coming up. They're not giving the run after the catch of these receivers. A lot of times you see so much damage.
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
The one thing I love about this defense, and they're showing it here in this game, is there's a variety of ways they can get after your quarterback. They can get home with 4, they can get home with 3, or they can blitz guys from all over the field, but they've got athletes with bad intentions, and they've registered a ton of sacks in this one.
He's going to get loose. They won't get him. It's a touchdown.
Punt returners, man, you just got to make one guy miss. You make the first dude miss, and then a lot of times it's off to the races. This guy is so dangerous in the open field, as he shows right there in the punt return touchdown.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. So his big play capability was on full display in that one as he took that punt back for the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. Wasn't quite able to shake loose as he steps out of bounds at the 22. The Florida International offense is back on the field. And this sophomore signal caller really seems to be out of sorts, not exactly sure what he's seeing. And I think it's fair to say that the corner and the rest of his buddies on defense have won this battle, keeping this quarterback in check, David.
They have. They've definitely won the battle. And you wanted to see more in this matchup. And I'll tell you what, this QB, we know he's got ability. And listen, I know that's a great corner out wide, but I wish he'd have made a little bit more of this.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
0 points on the day. And that's really all you have to say about this offense. It's been a struggle fest. They've been riding the struggle bus. They haven't done anything right today.
The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop them right here. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. FIU will line up to punt. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain. No harm, no foul.
He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver going in motion. They're going to go right back to him on first down. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Going with the ground game left. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. The Crimson Tide a long, long way from the line to gain here on 3rd down. And the deflection by the defense brings up 4th down.
And the defense gets the big 3rd down stop, creates some momentum. Hey, I don't know if they're going to go for it on 4th down, but the defense is continuing to fight, continuing to hustle, continue to fly around. Like, these are positive signs from a group that you know needs to continue to grow, needs to continue to build, needs to continue to get better.
It's incomplete, and they'll turn it over on downs.
It is what it is. There's no pressure. This game's over. You're up by a ton of points. They're not going to come back here in the 4th quarter. So you just try to put up more stats. And listen, stats count. Like, we all count our stats. At the end of the season, we look up, we got 1,000 yards receiving. Like, all these plays still matter.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Give to the fullback. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
And I think this offense is all but surrendered, right? Like, they're down so much, they need to be throwing the football if they want to score a bunch of points to get back in this game. But they got to find something moving forward, man. This was a rough day. This was not a great offensive performance. They got to bounce back the next opportunity, the next moment. Because today, oof, it was not a good day.
FIU will line up to punt. They'll look to pin him deep. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Let's see if they can put together a drive starting from their own 28. Sends it back in motion. Throws it back. Caught near the sticks. It's Jackson. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. Alabama pushing the tempo. They'll go back to the ground. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds. Throws it back. Bringing the heat. Trying to make magic with his feet. Just complete and utter dominance in this one. Outplayed their opponent and took care of business.
Yeah, total domination in all 3 phases of the game. Offense, defense, and special teams. This team came ready to play, and man, it was pedal to the metal right from the opening kick.
Will get us started with the opening kickoff. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. So Alabama's offense makes its way onto the field to open
It's so fun to watch him, not for defensive coordinators and defensive players, but this is a guy that can make plays all over the field. He will be highlighted, just the speed, the playmaking, the catching ability. Jesse, he will make plays early and often.
Man, it is so nice as a quarterback when you have a guy like that lining up, because you can just throw it anywhere in his vicinity and trust he's going to find a way to get it done and make the catch. Even when he's defended, he is always open, and you're going to see him line up all over the field, and he'll get the ball in
And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. And the defense got it. Flying down the left side. Touchdown, Toledo. How about this defense taking one back to the house?
Man, defenses are always trying to force turnovers to get the ball back to their offense, make those big plays. You know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you force the turnover, the pill hits the ground, you scoop it up, and you take it all the way back to the house. Huge play for this defense.
On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Completes the shuffle pass. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Didn't make it any easier on themselves on first down. Now second and long from the 21. Quarterback making adjustments. To throw, it's Cunningham. It's complete on the right side. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can...
There he goes! Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. Alabama just did work on the ground. Let's see if they go right back to it. He's going for it all. Wideout trying to get it in. He stopped just short of the goal line, but they'll have it first and goal from the 1. The give. And the defense stuffs the run, and the ball will remain at the 2. Got stopped on first down. They'll try it again from the 2. Slams it ahead. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And now they'll try to get the 2-point conversion, guys.
And I like the running back's vision. He sees the hole, explodes through it. He knows where the goal line is, gets in the end zone, gets 6.
Into the end zone for the 2-point conversion, and with that, they take the lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. The Rockets offense has the ball for the first time. We'll be watching this matchup on the outside closely today, David, to see if this guy can get anything done one-on-one against one of the best corners in the game.
Well, and this corner really can shut down half the field. And that's a big problem. This offense, they really need to win this matchup. They need their wide receiver to beat that defensive back. And I don't know if that's possible. He's just so good, been so consistent. Palmer, you tell me how you're going to win this matchup.
Well, you're not going to win it every play, that's for sure. You can't avoid that side of the field the entire game. I think it's just going to come down to this offense in the critical down and distances when there's a third down and the coverage dictates that you've got to throw it against him. That's the play you need your receiver to win. And whether...
And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. One of the mantras of the Crimson Tide is they want to make your rear end quit. And that defensive line can certainly do that.
Big, physical. You've seen all these guys up front. They're strong at the point of attack, and they make you earn everything you get. And the athleticism when they get you in passing situations and they know you're going to pass, they're going to come after your quarterback.
The Rockets will punt this one away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Here comes that Alabama offense.
about that quarterback. You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
On the ground, it's Jackson. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. We've reached a break, and Alabama has the lead. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. They flipped into the field, and we're ready to play. So after the break, they'll go back to work. They'll try the right side. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. They're dealing with a second and long. After the run, now to throw. He'll pull it down and run. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, to get down and don't take a big hit. That is how it's done on third down. No doubt about it. An easy hole to get through and clearly get the first down.
If you really want to simplify football, the low man wins. That time the offense got the better of the D. Easily picked that up.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal with defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Dropping back, it's Cunningham. He's got him still on his feet. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. He'll keep it himself. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown time!
The defense has got to do a better job of taking the most dangerous man. That's the guy with the football in his hands. Force him to do something with it. You can't just let him keep the ball and go score.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone. It's Walker. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Guys, let's see what Toledo can get done on offense this time. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Wide receiver comes in motion. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. And the Rockets have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's second and a mile. Fullback's got it. Turning it on! Just wanted to find a little space to run and ekes out some to get it up to the 21. Out of the shotgun on third down. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Into double coverage, and he picked it off. Looking for more room. Inside the 30, down to the 29. Time is running short here in the first half. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
Man, offenses are getting really creative in the way they run their counter plays now. They pull different guys. They pull a guard. They pull a tackle. They pull a guard and a tackle. So really keeping the defenses off balance. You can't just key on wherever the tight end.
Touchdown! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
You know, there's so many coaches out there in 2-minute situations at the end of the half with the lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
Yeah, and let's finish this half now. Now, we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time, so get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
The Rockets offense is back on the field. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be concerned. If we're a little bit down, listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
It's a first down. They'll stop the clock and reset the chains. Offense up tempo. Back to pass. It's Sayin. Quick strike complete. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Under fire. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Knifing through, making the play in the backfield, and they can use a timeout and try to force them to punt. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. The Rockets will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Nestles it in at the 35. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. Ready to start the second half. Alabama will kick it off. He'll bring it back from inside his spot. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Toledo has the ball. Here comes the offense. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there. And the Rockets in the hurry-up. Looking for a man. It's Sayin. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. The Rockets decide to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
Snagged out of the air. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Things look great with that field position a few plays ago, but now it's 3rd and 6. Caught in the backfield, it's Whittington. Oh, he's got some space. Chopped out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 15-yard line, and this offense is doing work. The Crimson Tide comes to the line with the 1st and 10. The play-action fake. Looking to scramble. Fires into the end zone. And it's incomplete as he was trying to finish the drive with a score.
And good job by the defense. The defense clearly knew where they were going with the football. Double coverage out wide, making sure they don't give up a touchdown to that guy. Nice job by the defense.
Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Might be calling a hot route. Back to throw, it's Cunningham. Makes the catch. They make the tackle just outside the end zone, but it'll be 1st and goal from the 1. New set of downs right on the doorstep for this offense. Trying to punch it in. And he's brought down at the line of scrimmage, and the ball will stay at the 2. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? He'll pull it on the read. Touchdown, Alabama! And the stomping has commenced.
And you see the option being such a pain in the behind of the best programs in college football. When you got quarterbacks that have those multiple options, they're making you play very disciplined, and the QB takes it himself, gets in for the score.
Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. Fielded in the end zone, it's Ballard. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. They'll try to put a drive together, starting from their own 12. Looking to throw on 1st down. And a sack all the way back at the 5. When you play at a place like Alabama, you have to live up to the legacy of the Jonathan Allens, the Deron Haynes, the Marcel Dariuses when you play on that defensive front.
And the funny thing is, Reese, I can keep going. Quentin Williams, Will Anderson, like the list goes on and on and on. Just elite defensive line on the edge is how they built this dynasty at Alabama.
So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. And they've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we've gotten here. One more period. We'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. After swapping ends of the field, they gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on 3rd down. Scanning the field, it's Sayin. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. He's got it! And he gets it done on 3rd down. They move the chains and they'll mark it at the 44.
You know, as the head coach of this team, this is one positive you're going to take away from this game, is that your players don't quit and are still willing to fight. There's obviously...
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. And the Rockets moving quickly to the line.
I got to be honest, I'm a little surprised the offense is trying to go so fast here after giving up the lead.
And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. Now 3rd and long, and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Connection to the right. Knocked down immediately, but a big gain down to the 45.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come over, getting him the football, making the 1st down, and they like to do this. When they make a 1st down, they want to go fast, they want to crank up the tempo.
They've crossed midfield at the 45 with a 1st and 10. They'll go to the fullback. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. To the air on 2nd down. Rushes on him. Blasted as he lets it go.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into...
Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. The incomplete pass makes this series end in frustration as they turn it over on downs. They're working that left side. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
I'll be honest, man. If I had the weapons these guys had offensively, I'd be staying aggressive, too. It's what got them to this point. It's why they have the lead here in the fourth quarter. Take some shots when those opportunities present themselves.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Gets the back moving. Smart move to keep it on the ground. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. Alabama trying to cash in on this red zone trip. From the gun, the running back has it. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Quick completion to the right. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. Strong, tough run, and he's brought down just inches away from the score. And while this game is all but decided, the offense's job is to score, so they might try to score again. A first down run on the doorstep. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. A strong, methodical, workmanlike effort from this team. No frills, just get the job done and get the win.
I love when you describe my teams like that. Just consistent, methodical, strong. I don't have to do things special every single week. All I'm supposed to do is get the W, and that's what they did.
And this is why practice is so important, guys. You can tell that this team was locked in way back earlier in the week. They watched the film. They got good looks in practice. They knew what to anticipate. They knew what looks they were going to see. And when those looks presented themselves, boy, oh boy, did they ever take it.
Ready to put it deep and get this game going. Here's the return from inside his 10. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. So the Alabama Crimson Tide offense will take the field for the first possession of this game. And Jesse, this offense is built around a guy who could be a generational talent at wide receiver.
This offense is explosive because of that guy. He can take routine catches and turn them into long touchdowns. He can take the top off of a defense. They're going to throw his way early and often in this game.
And I can tell you already, the defensive coordinator is not enjoying his life. Like, every single play, you better know where he is. He can wreck a game in one play, can hit the home run at any time. All eyes will be on him.
He's finally stopped, but a big play there with his speed as he moves those sticks.
He can throw it. He can buy time. He can run it. What can't he do? This guy's so talented. When he does stuff like this, there's no way to stop it. There's no way to coach a defense up against this. He's just really fast.
And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
Complete to the right. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. Looking to pass. It's Cunningham. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. This offense wants to establish an aggressive identity. They'll go for it on fourth down. Got it in the middle. It's Green. The Tide will get the first down. He unleashed a bullet on that pass and converted the fourth down.
Gotta love it. Some people get conservative. Some people don't want to mess up. Fourth down, you could tell. He wanted that window, and he threw it as hard as he could. Throws a strike to the wide receiver. Gets the big fourth down conversion.
Ripping off the huge gain down to the 17-yard line. Just moments ago, Alabama was feeling the shadow of its own goalpost, and now the Tide generating momentum. They get him on the ground, but not before he drives it to the 10-yard line. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. He'll do it himself. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal. They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. Direct snap. It's Rodgers. Next going for the goal line. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity.
Man, it doesn't get any better than that. You script the first 10 plays, that was 10 plays. That was perfection. That was a touchdown. That's called good scouting, being ready for the football game, and executing to a T to start this game off.
Let's see if he can make a play on the return. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So Houston's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. They'll move the wide receiver. He leaves it with his back. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll go to the ground. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Dropping back, it's Sayin. Pressure coming. Makes the catch. It's Evans. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. Fields the punt. Wants to make a play. They'll wrap him up and bring him down, and that's how we'll wrap up the first quarter. We've reached a break, and Alabama has the lead. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And nice job by the defense. The quarterbacks had some good success running the football. All eyes on him. They were locked in. They had nowhere to go with the football, and I like it. They finished the run with a nice physical tackle. Get an extra lick on that QB.
Quarterback making checks. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Takes a shot as he lets it go. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
Well, after giving up that touchdown on the opening drive, they had a little bit of a come to Jesus with their defensive coordinator on the sideline. I don't know what he said, but I think just...
Going for the big play. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. The Houston offense ready to go back to work. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for the position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again, create some momentum, just get a few first downs in scoring position.
Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Quickly out to the tight end. 3rd down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. To the air, it's Sayin. Pocket breaking down. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. The hurry up now, 2nd down, clock ticking. Back to pass. Just a little off. Incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Motion from the back. On 3rd and long, a check down will be the last resort. A strike downfield. And he fights his way, but they'll stop him just short of the line to gain its 4th down. It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. Wait just a second. There is a flag on the play. If this is on the defense, it could be a 1st down. This could turn out to be a huge penalty. Thought they were going to have to settle for 3, and now the offense back on the field with a chance for more. Quarterback on the keeper. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one. 2nd down coming up in this red zone opportunity. Looking to fire. Here comes the heat. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
Man, this offense, they gotta find something. They gotta get in a rhythm somehow. So far, no success, not protecting the quarterback. Really, the only good thing I can say so far is they haven't turned the football over.
He's not gonna make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. This try will come from the left hash, and he'll try to curl it in from 38. Dead center perfect. That'll bring him to within 4. That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. He'll start the return inside his 5. Buys just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Throws it back. Oh, they're after him. Looking for room at the 40. Big play. Takes him into plus territory. He's out of bounds at the 47. Alabama ready to put a boot to it to start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Sherrod. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Houston sending the offense back onto the field. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football from out of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision that they're going to be tougher here in the second half so that they can win this game.
The Cougars are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Looking downfield, it's Sayin. And the quarterback goes knocked down back at the 13.
Linebackers are so fast nowadays, so multiple. They can do so many different things. Not only do they play the run, but if I need you to go get a sack, I can just send you. Send one of those fast linebackers that can rush the quarterback.
He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Grabbed behind the line, it's Rodgers. Brings it to the open. Now the connection takes it to the 11. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. He'll run it again. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown time! The offense flexes its muscle a bit and widens the gap.
Take a little exhale. You know, you did your job. You got points. Now you put your defense in a position where, hey, go out and get another stop. We're in great shape, so the offense definitely taking care of their business.
That might be overdoing it, keeping it away from the return man as the kickoff goes out of bounds.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
Ball is coming out to the 40 after that penalty on the kickoff. Back to throw, it's Sayin. Here's the pressure. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. And the Cougars now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Going to swing it on 2nd down. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Here's the heat. And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack. Houston will be forced to punt. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Here comes that Alabama offense. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Lost a throw on 1st down. Under fire. Brought down at the 38. It's a pickup of 10 and a 1st down. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. They're going to test that run defense to the right here. And they'll drag him down. That's likely the last play of the 3rd quarter. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. And we've reached the end of the 3rd, and time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. He might want another play. Motion from the wideout. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough. Crimson Tide now has it on second down as we open the final period. Knocked down at the 35 after a pickup of 3. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on third down. Back to pass, it's Cunningham. The throw. He's open on the right. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Alabama rolling quickly downfield, set up with another first down. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Runs it all the way down to the 8-yard line before he's forced out of bounds. It'll be first and goal. So close to cashing it in for this offense. They'll use their running game on first and goal. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Bama!
And a lot of times late in football games, you'll see offenses get really conservative with the lead. I like how this offense didn't go against the clock. They stayed within themselves. They stayed true to who they were. And now, big-time advantage, big-time lead, up by 17 in the fourth quarter.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Houston offense comes onto the field. They went 3 and out the last time they had it, and at this point of the game, you just can't afford many of those. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Slams into the pile. He'll get 1 to the 17. Houston wants to play fast.
And nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
Bringing the heat. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down.
And this is how you do it when you're on defense. Continue to apply pressure. Don't stop. Get him in passing situations. Pin those ears back. And Jesse, just keep coming.
David, as a quarterback, man, it's hard not to allow that sequence of plays to affect you as this game moves on. 2 plays in a row now you've been sacked, and you're starting to wonder now, hey, can my guys up front get the job done? I mean, can they actually protect me, or am I going to be running for my life the rest of this game?
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. As if this snowball hadn't already turned into an avalanche, now they've got it, big lead and in great field position. Under fire. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have to hold on.
And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. They'll run play action. He'll take a shot. Touchdown, Alabama! And the beatdown has ensued.
Salt into her wound, right? Late in the fourth quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and get me another touchdown.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he added the extra point. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they close the deal from 43 yards out with a touchdown pass. He'll bring it out. It's Sherrod. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the the 12-yard line. Here comes the Houston offense once again. It has been a rather forgettable day that's finally coming to a close, David.
Yeah, it's been an awful day. I mean, just not functioning well on offense, defense giving up a lot of points. This is a day, Palmer, they'll like to forget.
Yeah, you're going to find out a lot about their character right now. Obviously, not what they hoped this would be, and that's demoralizing for a lot of these kids that have worked really hard in practice all week. But at this point here, you're just trying to prove to your coaching staff that you're not going to quit.
He stopped in the backfield again, and this just hasn't been his night. Like a nightmare. Rush is on him, and he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover. And the quarterback just ran out of time there, and they were able to knock it free.
Quarterbacks have got to do a great job keeping two hands on the football, especially in passing situations like that, because you know defenders are swatting at the ball. Even if you can't see them, these guys, they're 6'5", 6'6", they've got long arms. They're trying to rip and tug away and get that ball out of your hands. A QB will learn from this play. He's got to do a better job.
And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just added their total. Hey, quick.
Yeah, and quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. Now it's 2nd and goal. Motion from the wide receiver. Goes out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they'll be set up and in great position here. They love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense. Very impressive performance.
And the extra point is true, and the score is 35-3. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the run from inside his own 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. To the air, it's Sayin. Bought a little time, lets it go. Fires to the tight end. He'll go out of bounds at the 22, methodically moving it away from their own end zone. The Cougars can really attack on this 2nd and short. Wants to go up top. Pressure coming. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play. And after this play, the cake will be baked. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. He's taking the deep shot. They fought to the bitter end, and the final incompletion puts a wrap on it. Winning those individual 6-second battles every play, time after time after time after time, and that leads to a victory here.
And I love when teams go out and play like it's sudden death. Like if they lose the game, their entire season is over. This game wasn't for the national championship, but you wouldn't know that watching this winning team, David. Tremendous effort and tremendous execution.
I love competitive people. I love competitive coaches. I love competitive teams that they know that their job is to go out and get a W no matter where you play. You want to play in the parking lot? We'll go meet you. Great job by this team being ready.
Will boot it away to start the game. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. The Crimson Tide offense takes the field to start things off. This is a matchup that we've been talking about coming into this. High-powered offense squaring off against a defense that is more than capable of shutting them down. This one's going to be fun, David.
Yeah, and this defense has been able to do that. Like every offense they've faced, they've played great. They take away what you do best. Obviously, Palmer, on that other side, this is a high-powered offense. They're really, really good. How does this matchup unfold?
You're right, David. And I think as the season's gone on, this is a matchup that we've circled on our calendar, knowing that these two teams were going to square off and face each other. So many guys on the field today are going to play in the National Football League. There's a lot of experience on both sides of the ball. This one's going to be fun to watch.
Second and short is a great situation to be in. And look at him. He drops back to pass the football. He doesn't have to throw the football. He wants to be aggressive, but he can just take off and scramble. Doesn't have to take a chance. Great being ahead of the...
Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. Taking it the other way. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Now, I love night games because you have all day to get excited, get jacked up. And you can tell, QB might have been a little too excited. Forcing the ball into coverage on the first pass attempt, creating the interception. Now this defense has set this offense up in a great position to get...
Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
Wants to fire on second down. And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack.
And it's hard to imagine starting a game any better than this defense has. 2 sacks on the opening drive of the game. Something that they pride themselves on. If they get you in these types of situations, they can pin their ears back and get after. They've got multiple guys that could be a factor when it comes to rushing the quarterback. You're seeing that very early here in this game.
And the Hokies will bring the punt team onto the field. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Makes the catch right at the 50. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They turned it over with an interception on their first drive of the game. We're still looking for our initial points of the game. Got his man downfield. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6. Now the chance to pay off that big play from just outside the 5. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. See if they can get it done on 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone. They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game.
The best running backs are the guys that can just sniff out the end zone. That running back showed you all of his freakish ability on that play.
And they pick up the extra point. Kicker knocked it right down the middle. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. Makes the catch. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Oh, they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go. From the gun to give, looking for room. And he's very fortunate to get it back to the line of scrimmage, greeted by a sea of defenders. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. The Hokies will line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Slips through the line. Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. So first play of the drive coming here from their own 49. Using his legs, it's Jackson. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. We've reached the break, and Alabama has the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the 2nd. Looking downfield, it's Cunningham. Going for it all. And he'll pull it in inside the 20.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback and disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Fights through the pile and picks up a couple down to the 16. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Leaves it with the back. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
Not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block that. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
Really great job by the running back there on the angle route on 3rd down. He sold it as if he was running to the flat, and at the last second put his foot in the ground and crossed the defender's face, making that an easy pitch and catch for the QB.
He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. Pocket breaking down. Caught behind the line. It's Jackson. And he murders into the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. On to attempt the try. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. They covered half the field with a 50-yard touchdown drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Finds the tight end. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. 2nd down, clock's running. Back to pass. Here comes the heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. And now let's see if the offense can bail itself out after the 2nd down misfire. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. And the Hokies will punt it away on 4th down. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. Here comes that Alabama offense. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Fires to the wideout. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. The give on the inside. Oh, what a punt! Brought down at the 31. It is a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking for a man. It's Cunningham. Hauls it in. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. He wants to change this route. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Touchdown time! The offense cashing it in on that drive. A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I'll tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target. They make the big play, get the touchdown.
The returner's going to try to see what he can get. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. Now, they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with the young fellow on the sidelines, being like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
The give out of the gun. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop. Clock still running, almost certainly the last play of the half. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. Ready to start the second half. Alabama will kick it off. Returner will field it and try to get some field position. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. They start this third quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right now.
And they're going to have to be really aggressive with this. Like, this offense, when I'm playing from behind, every possession means so much more. And if you look the other side, the defense, they haven't given much resistance.
Yeah, nothing has gone their way in the first half offensively. And you know now, based on how this defense is playing with their confidence, that you are going to...
And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here.
And, man, this offense just searching for some way to climb back and get back into this game. They're down by 1,000, and it's not looking good, and you can't even protect your...
Here they come. Couldn't get it out of the end zone, and it's a safety.
And you just have to have better field awareness if you're on offense. They're understanding that, A, you're in the offense, and B, where that back line is, David. That is not good news taking a safety.
No, and you want to make a play, and you want to make something happen, but you got to realize where you're out on the field. He doesn't do that, and guess what? Cost his team 2 points.
Unloads to the wideout. Intercepted, and finally, this defense makes a play. Oh, he was hoping to make something out of that return, but they'll have it first down at the 39. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this is. And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
Goodness gracious, this is a master class, a clinic on how to get to the quarterback. The 7th sack of the game. Are you kidding me? That's a season for some teams. They've lived in the backfield.
They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Just gets rid of it before the Heat.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Wanted to make sure not to give them a chance for a return as it goes out of bounds. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. To the air, it's Cunningham. Release to the back. Grab near the sticks. It's Whittington. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down. He had the perfect play to open the drive, and now they'll snap it again from the 38. The give to the right. Hard running there. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on 2nd down. Creates a little room. Got enough for the first down and wants more. Ball down, but he has enough to move the chains. The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. Gives it on the option. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. The offense very fortunate to get that ball back. The Tide with the 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. Stands in and takes the hit. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Rides the back on the option, the give. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st down. Just moments ago, Alabama was feeling the shadow of its own goalpost, and now the Tide generating momentum. Looking down the middle. And they'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bama! That is what we call in the industry a defensive breakdown. That guy was loose for the big play.
Busted coverage, really, really bad execution. Somebody slips, somebody falls. Nothing about that defensively is something you're looking for, but the offense will take it and get the easy touchdown.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. This should be the last play of the quarter. To the air on 1st down. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. This has been a complete obliteration so far, as the 3rd quarter stats will show you. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. Oh, they're after him. Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook.
There he goes. He cannot get there. It'll be 4th down. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. Going for the marker on the ground. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down? Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. The give and tick, 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 tick. They bring him down, but he's got a 1st and goal from the 10. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard. The offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that one.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of great field position.
They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone. Coming out with it, it's Bell. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on fourth downs, you're right. Create some of the explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
Trying play action. Makes a connection. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Catch in the middle, it's Bell. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. The Hokies with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Give to the running back. Defense is there to greet him again, and they are ready, and he has found nowhere to run tonight. In the gun and looking to throw on 3rd down. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. And the Hokies will call on their punt team. And don't forget, he did have one blocked earlier. Makes a nice grab at the 25. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O's. His legs, it's Jackson. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. They'll get it to the 48, no need to measure it to 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. He'll keep it himself. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Alabama with a ton of ground to cover on this 3rd down. Wants to throw. It's Cunningham. He's going to throw deep right side. Catch inside the 25. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add their total. There is time on the clock. If there is time on the clock, there is time to put more points on the board. I mean, the scoreboard operator needs to work out too, right?
Yeah, and I guess he's been getting it, and the defense's job is to stop. But I would argue, Reese, you can just take a knee. If you take a knee, run the clock, you still get out of here, and you still get the win.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Takes a hit as he fires. Pulls it in. Turning it on. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's 1st down. Pass completion moves the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. Wide receiver going in motion. Looking to throw on 1st down. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining. After this, it'll be a wrap. Back to pass on 2nd down. Here's a throw downfield late. Last pass falls incomplete, and that's going to do it. We sensed a great deal of confidence, almost a smugness from this coaching staff. And these guys on the field, it's as if they knew they were going to win.
Yeah, playing with a bit of a chip on their shoulder, and I think they really felt like they had a real good